Do I have them? Yeah, and unfortunately, when I report them, it's only got people from a group that's not a person, you know. But now, I don't savor sign-ins from those people.
When I got my eagle in,
Sorry.
it was like Batman and a little better. I think when I got eagle, I was like
That's good.
All right. I want to welcome you to our August Roundtable. Thank you so much for coming. My name's Bruce Bauer, and I'm the District Commissioner here. And we'll want to start off with the, gosh, I forgot the flag.
Go right there.
Oh, that flag right there. So I want to start off with a Pledge of Allegiance. So if y'all please stand. So, Scouters, if you would salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Thank you so much, and have a seat. All right, well, thank you again so much for coming. This is usually one of our biggest roundtables. This is the first one in August because everyone's getting kicked off, getting things started up. How are things going out in there in the units? You're ready to get going? You know, this should be, we almost should be back to normal now. It's been a year since COVID. It's been a big disruptor, and I'm really hoping that we can really get back to business. Last year was such a rebuilding year. You know, like we had our Campery last fall, and it's the first one we've had in like 3 or 4 years, and we almost forgot how to do them. But we know how to do them now. We're going to continue. So hopefully, you know, we're really getting things back together. So I've got a lot of little announcements and things I want to go over with you. First thing is, hopefully you have, this is kind of the agenda, but the agenda is always on the internet. So you can see it right up there. It's what you have in your hand. And that is at the quapawbsa.org. That's the council site. And if you click up there, let's scroll up to the top. Okay. Where it says districts, you click on Pinnacle, you'll get this page. And you have, therefore, you have this page. Now, it's a lot more useful on the internet because it's loaded with links and you can go and look at a lot of other things. But just know that you can always get a copy of this. And I'm the one that updates it, and I update it several times during the month. So always kind of go back and check. You know, when something is new out there, I just go ahead and put it out there. So it's very much a living document. So you might want to bookmark that and check it occasionally to see what's going on. Okay? So this is the primary way that the district wants to communicate with you is through this website. And I try to really keep it up to date. Okay, so who's ready to do something different? We are going to change the things. Tonight is more or less what I'll call a traditional roundtable. Okay, we're going to call these the Pinnacle Summits. We're going to have 4 roundtables like this a year. If you look at the handout, that's August, November, February, and May. And as I said, they'll be very traditional. We'll have a lot of information to give you. There's going to be a lot of specific program items delivered to you. Like tonight, it's all about our fall recruitment drive. In November, it's all about what happens in December and January. Recharter, right? It's going to be, and so it's the normal scout things like that. And they are going to be here at St. James, 7 o'clock, just like we've always had it, probably in this room. Okay, so that is 4 of the roundtables: August, November, February, and May. What are we going to do with the other roundtables? Well, we've changed up what we've done with the district committee. We, instead of meeting here, have began meeting at a pizza place. And guess what? We've about tripled our attendance.
It is the truth.
And so we're taking a little bit of a hint there that people want a little more relaxed atmosphere. Food is always good. And it's a little bit more of a come and go. It will be a little less structured than our normal meetings. Those are going to be called the Pinnacle gatherings. So Summit is kind of traditional. Gathering is like a bunch of friends getting together over a pizza and talking about scouts. Okay. Now, the pizza, you're on your own for pizza. If you want one, great. If you don't want one, that's fine too. If you just want to get a drink, that's fine also. You don't have to wear a uniform because we're going to be starting, here's how we're going to do it. From 6 to 7, I'll be there, but it's just to kind of gather and talk about scouting. And you can order something to eat, have a meal, and then we'll kind of start with the meeting then at 7. If you don't have time and just want to be there at 7, fine, you didn't miss anything. You know, it was just a bunch of folks talking about scouts. I may have a few games or two for you to play there too from 6 to 7. If you like that, that would be great also. Then at 7 o'clock, we'll still have our Scouts BSA and Cub Scout breakout sessions, but instead of it being a lecture delivered to you, it's going to be more of we're going to deliver 5 or 10 minutes of ideas, and then we're really going to discuss what it means to scouting, how can we improve it, what would we like to do in the district or in the council, and that's your all's discussions. It will still be led by our roundtable chairs, but it's much more of a true roundtable where we all talk and we all have input and we all have questions that we want to ask and get to know each other and kind of have a true scout gathering there. We hope that you'll find some old friends, find some new friends. You know, if you want, heck, if you want it to be date night, you want to bring your significant other, they're welcome to join too. I mean, it's going to be kind of one of those type of open forums. Yeah.
It is a date night now. That's all I get. So
hey, you take what you can get, right? So again, the big thing is the way we kind of envision it for starting at 6 is a lot of people, you get off work at 5:30. I mean, I work a lot too. And it's like, well, I'll just go from work. I'll go over to a round table. I'm kind of hungry. I didn't get dinner. We'll go and order you a pizza if you wish, and we'll all talk, and then we'll kind of get going at 7 with our meeting that will conclude at 8. So think of it more as, you know, with food involved, you know, we don't mind spending we don't mind spending a little more time because we get 2 things done at once. So that's over at US Pizza in North Little Rock. It's right next to McCain Mall. That's 401 McCain Park Drive. So it's right behind Whole Hog. If you're coming from Jacksonville, it's like right before you get to McCain Mall, there it is on the right. It's on the same side as McCain Mall. If you're coming from Little Rock, you're going to have to go ahead and go past it. Is that an underpass or underpass, and come back to it. It's kind of centrally located. Kind of say, well, why isn't it in Little Rock? Well, we have a lot of folks in North Little Rock. We have a lot of folks up in Jacksonville. A lot of folks in Cabot. So we're trying to kind of be really centralized there if we can. Also, they have a nice meeting room. You know, we're not like in the restaurant with everyone else. It's our own room for a meeting. So we can do our scouting thing and not disturb all the rest of the patrons there, okay? And as I said, if you're coming just from work, uniforms are optional. If you want to wear one, that's fine. But I want you to show up. That's the big deal. I want it to be kind of fun instead of like, oh, another meeting I have to go to. Think of it more as you're gathering and you're going to try to improve the scouting here in Little Rock. Okay, any quick questions about that? So next month, we're not going to meet here. We're going to meet US Pizza, North Little Rock. We're going to, dinner is from 6 to 7. You're on your own for dinner, but we'll be there talking. And then from 7 to 8 or so will be our true roundtable exchange of ideas. Okay? All right. All right, so everyone, now tonight we're going to talk about recruitment, but before Darius does this recruitment that starts right here in August and September, you should have gotten a handout. You put that out there? Mm-hmm. There is kind of a year-round recruiting package that I gave you. It's about 8 or 10 pages long. This is recruitment for what you should continuously do. And it's more marketing. It's just making yourself visible within your chartered organization. And there's hundreds of little ideas out there. Again, that document is on that website. You can print it off and give it to everyone in your unit if you want. But just be aware that recruiting is not something that you do just in September, August and September. You want to think about what you can do year-round for recruiting. Now, you're not going to get 10 scouts in one night, but what you want to do is raise the visibility of your unit just within your own chartered organization. You know, it can be as simple as if you're sponsored by the church, when you have, if you have Scout Sunday, they help with the collection and they're in uniform. If your church or school does sports, your unit goes and does a flag ceremony before a game. Right? Because what happens? Parents see that and they go, I like what I see and I want that for my child. I didn't even realize we had Cub Scouts in this school or church or whatever it is. So this visibility is a big deal. When I grew up in scouting, everyone knew what scouting was, and about half of my school was in scouts. But that's not true anymore. We can't assume everyone knows what scouting is about. You know, that it's about character building, that it's about scouts making friends, it's about being in a safe place. You know, most people just think all scouts do is they go camping. Well, yeah, camping is a lot of fun, but remember, it's one of the methods of scouting. It's not the end goal. The goal is to teach youth how to make good ethical decisions throughout their lives. That's what the mission of scouting is all about. And camping is just a method. That's the point we want to drive home, okay? Especially in today's world, you know, we want to be kind of a rudder that says this is who we are. We are raising these kids to be better citizens and better people, okay? All right. Safety, I have just a little bit of a safety moment for you. I handed that out. It's just a reminder that everyone needs to have a medical form given to their unit. You never know when you're going to need that. You never know when a scout's going to have an asthma attack and we don't know what to do. I remember one night, first time I went camping with my scout group, had a kid was running through the camp in the middle of the night screaming. And it took a while to kind of get him woke up. And we checked his medical form, and oh, he has this condition, and it's okay, just kind of wake him up, no medication's needed. Well, we were all scared to death, but we read that and said, no, this is all good, so, because we had a medical form. So do encourage those medical forms, and when we have our older scouters like us, do you have a heart condition, do you have diabetes, do you have some other issue that might become a problem, it's great for everyone to know this is what you need to do for this person. It gives everyone confidence to go camping and go do these things if we know how to handle it. So the big thing is to get those encourage those medical forms. They have to be done by a physician, and you know, it's just, I used to call it the football. I'd always get the packet of medical forms with me when we'd go camping, and they'd be in a folder, and I'd always know that I had the current medical forms for all the scouts wherever we went. So it's a good thing to do. So that's just, those medical forms can be downloaded from the Scout website. So check those out. Some of them are like 3 or 4 pages long, and there's different levels of medical forms based on what you're doing, like different for high adventure and stuff like that. So check those out. Just be aware that that's an important part of scouting, and it keeps everyone safe. All right. Mike Stevens, you had a quick announcement about advancement and recognition.
Yeah, the district committee came up with a new award, as if there's not enough already. But actually this was kind of unique. It's unique to the Pinnacle district, and I'll just read you a little blurb. I think there may have been a handout over here on the table when you came in. But you may have one of those. It'll be on the district website webpage also, just like the other information. But this award is called the Pinnacle District Spirit of Scouting Award. Unique to our district and designed to recognize a scout or scouter who has shown exceptional spirit of scouting to others in their daily life other than at scouting functions. Spirit of scouting means living the scout oath, scout law, scout slogan, and the scout motto. This is an award that you have to be nominated for. So if you observe a scout or a scouter that you think is worthy of that, please get one of these forms and get it turned in to us. There's about just a few requirements. The award is to be given to a scout or scouter who has exhibited exceptional, as I just mentioned, other than scouting functions. The scout or scouter must be currently registered. The award can only be earned once by a scout or scouter. There will be a maximum of up to 5 awards, which may be given each year. There is a special awards committee that will make the decision as to who receives these. And these awards are to be presented at our annual Pinnacle District Banquet, which I believe is being scheduled for January
13th, I believe.
January 13th, so mark your calendars.
Whatever that Saturday is right around there.
Yeah, I think so, Saturday, yeah, usually. The deadline for submitting this form would be at the December Roundtable. If necessary, I think you can email the form to Darius, and then he'll get it to the committees for consideration. The bottom half of the page there is for nominations. You can mark if it's for a youth or an adult, what units they're with, just basic information, and then a place there to describe what the exceptional scout spirit has been performed by this person or persons. The second page is basically just some information about scouting awards in general. I don't know if you ever looked on the scouting BSA, scoutingbsa.org website. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find what you might need. And so, but it's easy to find the home base for all of the awards. They have a section on there now called Awards Central. And you can just, if you want to just go to Google and type in BSA Awards Central, it'll probably be one of the first things that pops up on your list and you can click on it. But generally speaking, the awards for adult leaders fall into two basic categories. Those which may be earned and those which one must be nominated for. Training awards. For every one of you sitting in this room, there is a training award for the position that you're in, be that a den leader or assistant den leader, a cub master, assistant scout master, a venture crew leader, whatever position you're in, a district committee member, a commissioner, whatever it is. And these awards for training go hand in hand with what's it called? It used to be Quality Unit Awards.
JTE.
Yeah, JTE, or Journey to Excellence. Thank you, Darius. I've been around too long, 30 years. They changed these names of things after so long. And at any rate, it makes for a better unit. So if the adults are getting with the program and you do the things that are designated on these awards, we'd like to present those awards at the district banquet also. Some of the ones that you have to be nominated for are I've already mentioned the new one, but there's one called the Unit Leader Award of Merit. And I would encourage you, especially if you've got a Cub Master, a Scout Master, a Venture Crew Leader who's been doing an exceptional job for a period of time, and maybe the unit would like to recognize them, please go on that Award Central page and look at that. The District Award of Merit is the highest award that a district may bestow, and that is for volunteer work that's done at the district level. The Silver Beaver is the highest award that a council may bestow, and that is for volunteer work that is done at the council level. The appropriate venue for presenting most of these awards, of course, is the district banquet. The Silver Beaver is presented at the council recognition banquet. And if you have any of those forms, you can download all of those forms off of the website. And if you have trouble finding those, you can also email me, and I can probably just, reply back an email with an attachment of it. And I would encourage you to use the most current form as well. Anyway, that's what I had to mention. Again, I think it's always been said that every scout deserves a trained leader. But trained leaders deserve recognition for all the hard work that we put in. So I would encourage you, go to the website, and if you're an assistant den leader, or if you're a cub master, or whatever position you're in, look up the training award for that. If you do the online training, if you do 5 of the 7 things that are listed there, and turn it in to the training chairman, we'll be more than happy to recognize you and present that at the district banquet in January, the 13th, possibly.
Yes, sir.
If you have any other questions about that, please just let me know. I think my email is pretty much everywhere. So.
All right.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, Mike. All right, so let's just look at the calendar real quick. I won't go through, talk about everything on the calendar. There's a lot of stuff like about popcorn. All of these things can be found, Darius, if you just go to the top here, where it says calendar, you can click on that and it will show the calendar, and then you can see the event and you can click on that, and there's often more information. I just want to get these dates out here so you're aware of what's coming up. Big thing coming up, how many of you are Cub Scout leaders? All right, who wants to be appreciated? We're having an appreciation rally up at the Reynolds Training Center a week from Saturday. Everyone involved in Cub Scouts are invited. You're also going to receive a lot of materials up there. In fact, what are you going to get the
They'll
first?
be getting 3 months worth of materials for you to be able to get your units kick-started for the fall.
Right, if you want the plan for the next 3 months, just show up.
Last year they gave them, now I can't promise you this, but last year they did give gift cards to the scout shop and that sort of deal. So.
Okay. If you register by tomorrow, you'll get a free lunch. And they have pretty good lunches up there. So if you're interested in that, please go on the website and register for that. So September 22nd through 24th is our first big Cub Adventure weekend up at Camp Rockefeller. This is another big deal. Why? Because you may have a whole bunch of new Cub Scouts, right, showing up. What do you want to be able to tell that Cub Scout? We're going to go camping, right? And so they're all invited to that weekend, September 22nd through 24th. You as leaders will have to explain kind of what's going on up there, you know, what is camping up there like. I mean, they're going to give you the tents, they're going to give you the beds, cots, yeah. So all you have to do is maybe bring a little sleeping bag. Food's provided for you. You know, you just kind of show up and you have a good time. You just escort your cub through it all. But we want those cubs to go, wow, I really did something scouting. You know, remember, for a little cub, going up to camp is a big deal. They've never been there before, or it's a big, and it's kind of a playground for them. So if you can do that talk that up in your units, that's our first big Cub event there on September 22nd through 24th. For those that need training, on October 6th and 7th, we'll have our IOLS and Baloo training at Maumelle Park. Let's see, what is it? At least one, in a Cub group to go camping, you have to have at least one Baloo trained leader. So you have that requirement. On the Scouts PSA side, there's IOLS, but you can get a twofer here. You can get both of those in one. It's Friday night and a Saturday. It's out at Maumelle Park, and you earn them once, and it's good forever. So if you're a Cub Scout, you can get IOLS knocked out, and it's all done. Okay?
Who's leading that? The training committee.
Van's
you want me
the
to talk about that then, I guess?
Go ahead.
Ember.
I was gonna say, I guess I'll just talk for them. Van Zavenden and then my husband, Mitchell Fenton, are the training chairs. And so usually they each pick one that they're gonna, I guess, head up, and then we get people to volunteer to come out and teach the classes. Last time I even taught an Iowa, I taught interface services, so we just have people come in and teach whatever they've either been studying or anything like that. And so we just have lots of different things, fire safety, we have AXYARD, things like that. And if you want to volunteer to come out and help, you know me, if anybody needs my information, I guess, too. But we usually start about 6 p.m. or so, getting your tent set up and such on Friday nights, and then we try to end by 4 o'clock, being out the door by then. Yep. On the Saturday. So yeah.
And it's at Maumelle Park, so it's pretty easy to get to. Yes.
If you already have ILS, do you need the Baloo training?
Did you do ILS with on a training weekend like we doing, like this one? Because you should have gotten a Baloo as well. They were on the same card.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Okay. Check out your card and then get a hold of Van or Mitch, and they'll be able to assist you if you did do both, making sure it's on your card.
Okay.
All right. We'll get it fixed if it needs fixing. Okay. So our next, and another big thing we got October 20th through 22nd is our camporee. We are going to be camping at the Little Rock Air Force, on the Little Rock Air Force Base. It is the weekend of the open house air show. The Blue Angels will be there. So we're going to camp Friday night. We will go to the open house all day long. Then after the open house, come back to our campsites, have a big meal and a campfire, spend the night, and then head out Sunday morning. Cubs are absolutely invited, okay? They can just go to the air show and then just come for the campfire and leave. They don't have to stay the night. If they want to stay the night, you know, it'd be best if they kind of buddied up with a Scouts BSA group. They're welcome to camp. We don't have everything out on the website, all the sign up for that quite yet, but do mark that date. I mean, who doesn't want to go see the jets? You know, who doesn't want to go walk around and talk to pilots? We'll probably have a couple of special events for Scouts and the Air Force. Air Force has been very gracious allowing us to camp on their property. It will come with, we do have some security issues to work out. You will maybe have to submit a driver's license, a little bitty baby background check. It won't hurt too much, so that you can go camp on the base.
Make sure your auto insurance is up to date and your registration.
That is actually true. They will stop you for your registration.
And there's no warrants for your arrest either.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure there's no warrants.
Hopefully you didn't travel outside the country in the last few months. But now, even if you don't come to the campfire, if you do go to the air show, there is a TSA-like security experience that you'll go through. You know, you'll have to empty your pockets and go through a metal detector, even if you're John Q. Public. So just be aware of that too. Leave your knives at home; they will confiscate the campground.
Or leave them in the car.
Yeah, just leave it in the car. It's all good. It's just once you walk. But we want to again promote that as a big deal for especially Cub Scouts. I'm joining Cub Scouts. What do I get to do? Well, in the first month I go camping up at Gus Glass. Still call it Camp Rockefeller. And the next month I get to go and see the Jets. Okay. I mean, what more fun can you have? Now,
when will that be discussed in more detail?
The camporee. What we'll do is we'll talk about it at the next roundtable. Hopefully by then we will have the sign up. We'll have the camp guide, and it will all be on the sign up website. We'll have all the information possible at that time.
That's the next roundtable.
Yeah. This is as far as we've got. We don't have prices yet for everything. We're trying to keep it as inexpensive as possible.
Right.
And so because we have to get porta potties and food.
There's a butt ton of logistics got to go into play with that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's a logistical issue too. We will have all that out on the sign up, and I assume.
Where are you guys camping at? Sorry, where are you guys camping at?
Well, they've given us a special field. It's not the old. There was a place that was traditionally where scouts, but it's too small. We got about a 10 acres we can park on off of Arnold Drive, if you want to know where that is. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been out there. It's just a big field. That's all it is.
That's what the old
Is it gonna be information?
Yeah, next to the school, yeah.
Is it going to be, the school's not there.
Oh, where the school was, okay.
It's where the school was.
Yeah, you never
Oh,
know.
okay.
You just said something about next week.
Yeah, what was your question?
I should have most of the stuff on next week for the basic information, the security.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. Yeah, we're just getting some of the security issues figured out, the porta potty situation, you know, because there's actually a big corporation that puts this air show on, so it's not just the Air Force we have to interface with, it's this third party group that actually tells the base how to do it all. So yeah, as soon as you can, just get us some more feedback on those. Yes, Mike.
Bruce, how often should we check the district website for information related to this?
Well, I would say at least weekly. You know.
So it's a good idea to check our newsletter on the council website.
How many of you got an email from me inviting you to tonight? Most of you did. See,
Could you send out an email when the information is available on the site?
Yes, I will, and I will attach stuff too.
That's fine. I mean, just keep, you know, I mean, like I said, some of people might not want to check it every week or whatever.
Right, I will. I tell you what,
Check it when it's available.
as soon as it is, anything firms up, I will start emailing everyone in the district. Now, it's open to the council, so not all of those folks will get everything, but you guys should be on my email list. Now, if you just registered as an adult, I may not have you. I'm going to update my list here real soon. So if you didn't get one, if you're registered, I will catch you on the next.
Use this sign-in sheet as a place to check your addresses on it.
Right, I will.
Yeah.
Okay, October 27th through 29th is Scoutoing. That's just another Cub adventure, but it's oriented around Halloween.
We're doing spooky science this year.
Do what?
I'm doing spooky science this year.
Spooky
so
science. Ooh, are we gonna make gag?
No, but that's a good idea. I'll take any ideas. 'Cause I'm doing
All
it.
right. And finally, we will have a winter camp at Gus Glass, December 27th through 31st for Boy Scouts. And then Woodbed's training is already set for February 9th, 11th, and March 2 through 3. All right, I've taken up plenty of time. Any quick questions before we let Darius do his thing? All right, I will email you as soon as more information comes out about the camp.